Very warm welcome to our biology class. I hope so all of you are fine, doing well. Please watch the video till the end. Today in this class, we are going to understand regarding the Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes species. As you know that Gnathostomata, the animals those who wears the jaws, they are classified into the two categories as Pisces and one more is Tetrapoda. So superclass Pisces bears the fins and the superclass Tetrapoda bears the limbs. Then the Pisces are again categorized into the two classes, class Chondrichthyes and class Osteichthyes. In the same way, superclass Tetrapoda is categorized into the four classes, class Amphibia, class Reptilia, class Aves, and class Mammals. So today in this class, we are going to understand regarding the characteristics of class Chondrichthyes and class Osteichthyes together. So that is best idea to remember the all characteristics of Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes species. So as I told, superclass Pisces is divided into the two classes, class Chondrichthyes and class Osteichthyes. Now let us go for understanding the characteristics of both these classes. So the Pisces, those who belonging into the fishes, those who belonging into the Chondrichthyes, they are all marine animals, and the class Osteichthyes fishes are marine as well as freshwater fishes. These are. Then, if you observe their morphology, class Chondrichthyes fishes have a streamlined body. So it means it is tapered at the front as well as at the back side. So this type of the body shape is called as streamlined body. Even Osteichthyes fishes also have a streamlined body. Chondrichthyes fish have the mouth on their ventral side. That is important characteristics of class Chondrichthyes. But Osteichthyes fishes have a mouth at their terminal end. This is what the one difference you will find between the Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes fish. So Chondrichthyes fishes have one important sensory line here. It is called as lateral line. This lateral line is even helps them to maintain their body balance, and their body is covered by placoid scales. Placoid scales, you might be observing, they are very fine, and there whatever the points are there, they are directed towards the backside. Hence, you will find that the skin is very tough in Chondrichthyes fishes. In case of Osteichthyes fish, body is covered by cycloid and ctenoid scales. Even these are backwardly directed, and whatever the rings we are observing on the cycloid scales, they are going to even help us to understand what is the age of the fish. So here we have seen Chondrichthyes fish body is covered by placoid scales, and Osteichthyes fish body is covered by cycloid or ctenoid scales. Then, in case of Chondrichthyes fish, we used to find that placoid scales are got modified to become an teeth. You are observing in the picture here, backwardly directed, very strong teeth are there with a powerful jaws. So such type the teeth helps them to become an predators. Most of these animals are predators, but in Osteichthyes fishes, teeth are absent. Then we'll find that the Chondrichthyes fishes have the heterocircle tail. Heterocircle means if you divide the tail from the center, you won't get the two identical portions. Such type the tails are called as heterocircle caudal fins. Then, in case of Osteichthyes fish, we'll find that homocircle tail is there. Homocircle tail means if you divide the tail from the center, you will find the two identical parts are forming. Such tails are called as homocircle tails. Osteichthyes fishes have homocircle tails. Then we are observing many more fins over here. These fins are dorsal fin is there. This is the dorsal fin, and we'll find even in case of Osteichthyes fishes also there are the many more fins are there. Dorsal, lateral, ventral, all those fins are there. The fins which were located over here, they are called as pelvic fins, and the fins which were located in this region, they are called as pectoral fins. Even in case of Osteichthyes fishes also will find the presence of pectoral fin and as well as pelvic fins. Then we are observing in case of Osteichthyes fishes, there are the gill slits are over here. But these gill slits are not covered by operculum here. But in case of Osteichthyes fishes, whatever the gill slits are there, they are covered by operculum. You all of you please look at this picture. You are observing one of the covering over here. This covering is nothing but the operculum. Below this covering only, we'll find the presence of gill slits here. Then how many gill slits will found in Chondrichthyes and how many in Osteichthyes? In Chondrichthyes, we'll find 1 to 5 pairs of gill slits. But in case of Osteichthyes fishes, 4 pairs of gill slits are there. And what is the another difference I said? Gill slits are not covered by operculum in Chondrichthyes, and gill slits are covered by operculum in Osteichthyes. These are the differences, students. Once again, we will revise this, what difference we have understood in this particular slide. Here we are observing these Chondrichthyes fishes are the marine fishes, Osteichthyes fishes are the marine as well as freshwater. And second point is, these are also have a streamlined body, and even Osteichthyes fishes are have a streamlined body. But in Chondrichthyes, we'll find the mouth which is located on the ventral side. Here it is located. But in Osteichthyes fishes, mouth is located exactly on the terminal end. You are observing here it is terminal end. And even in this small picture also you are observing on the ventral side, mouth is located. And next point we have seen that body is covered by the placoid scales here. But in Osteichthyes fishes, body is covered by cycloid or pinoid scales. Fifth point we have understood, placoid scales are modified in the Chondrichthyes fishes and they forms the strong teeth. Because of that, the fishes are become predaceous. They used to feed on the other fish by hunting them. Then in these Osteichthyes fishes, we won't find any teeth in the jaws. Then one more difference we have seen, in Chondrichthyes fishes, whatever caudal fin is there, it is heterocircle. It means it won't divide into the two identical parts. But in Osteichthyes fishes, we'll find the presence of caudal fin. It is homocircle. It means divided into the two identical parts. Seventh point we have understood, Chondrichthyes fishes have 1 to 5 pairs of gill slits, but Osteichthyes fishes have 4 pairs of gill slits, and these are not covered by operculum in Chondrichthyes. Gill slits are covered by operculum in Osteichthyes. Some more other characteristics difference between the Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes we will understand in the next slide. So here we are observing Chondrichthyes fishes are all have cartilage made endoskeleton, and you might be understood in structural organization animals topic, though whatever the cells which were there in the cartilage, they are called as an chondrocytes, and even by that way also you can able to remember the Chondrichthyes fishes are the cartilaginous fishes. Then in the structural organization animals, even we have seen that the cells present in the bones are called as an osteocytes, and here we are observing we have given the name to the class as a Osteichthyes because they are all have a bony made endoskeleton, and bony cells are osteocytes. In that way also you can remember the names of Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes fish. Then one more difference we are observing here, whatever the Chondrichthyes fishes are there, they do not have air bladder, hence they need to swim continuously throughout their life without taking a rest. Otherwise what will happen? If they stop to swim, they started to shrink because they don't have any air bladder in their body. But Osteichthyes species have the air bladder that will help in buoyancy. What does it mean by the buoyancy, students? It is nothing but making them to get float. So that type of the character is called as an buoyancy, and Osteichthyes species have the air bladder which is making them to have a property of the buoyancy. And Chondrichthyes species have a two-chambered heart, and even Osteichthyes species also have a two-chambered heart, and both of them are cyclothermic. It is not actually the difference between the Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes, but we are understanding even the characteristics here. Then one important difference we'll find: males' pelvic fins bears the claspers. What does it mean? If you observe the male fishes, both these are the pelvic fins, and here we are observing the presence of claspers. This is what the one clasper, and this is the another claspers. Only the males are going to bear such type the claspers. That type of claspers are helping in the proper holding of the females at the time of sexual activities. Due to that, they can able to transfer the sperms into the female reproductive tract. But in case of Osteichthyes fish, they do not have any claspers in their pelvic fins. That is the one major difference. And in these Chondrichthyes fishes, fertilization is internal, and in Osteichthyes fish, fertilization is external. And one more very important point is many of the Chondrichthyes species are viviparous. Viviparous means they give birth to the young ones. Students, in whatever the animals are there, we'll find only two such kinds of animals. They are belonging to the class Chondrichthyes and the class Mammalia. They are only viviparous on this planet. Some snakes are there, but in NCERT, the mentioned viviparous animals are Chondrichthyes as well as mammals. Remember that they may ask you the question, except mammal, which class animals are even viviparous? So Chondrichthyes species are viviparous, and Osteichthyes species are oviparous animals. It means they used to lay eggs. So these are the difference between the Chondrichthyes. So these are the difference between the Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes species. I hope so, students, you are all remembered very properly. Now, once we'll see what are all the examples for the Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes classes. Examples for the Chondrichthyes class: one is electrical organ having fish. It is called as torpedo. Students, actually this is one of such a fish which can able to generate high electrical current. Suppose or any other predator is attacking on this, by that time what this fish will do, it will generate and release the higher power electricity. Because of that, the predator will not able to attack it, and automatically by that time this torpedo will be escaped from that danger place. That is what the way how the fish is getting protected. So then next fish is Scalodon. Even it is commonly called as an dogfish. And next one more is Pristis. It is even called as an sawfish because it have a saw-like structure in the front side. And one more ray fish here is Stingray. Students, it is having an poison sting. You are observing here. This is the long elongated sting they have, and it bears the poison in that. What is the use of that poison in this fish? So whenever any other predator is attacking on that, by that time it will release the poison in the water. By that poison, so predator is going to become anesthetized, and by the same time this fish will be escaped from the predators, and it's scientifically called as an trigon. You need to remember all the scientific names and common name of these fishes. So one more example is Carcharodon. So it is even called as a great white shark. So these are the fishes. You can observe, students, here we are getting the heterocircle tail, and body is covered by the placoid scales. Very tough skin will find here in this, and you are observing here the gills. They are not covered by the operculum. Mouth is present on the ventral side. You can look at here, the mouth is there, here the mouth is there, and these fishes are even have a mouth on the ventral side. These are the characteristics, students. Yeah, I hope you are able to remember the names of all these animals. Now we'll understand some examples for Osteichthyes fishes. In Osteichthyes, I told some of them are marine, some of them are freshwater. So first we'll understand the marine water fishes. Some examples. One is a hippocampus. It is even commonly called as a seahorse because its face is appearing like the horse. Students, even this particular animal have a very interesting characteristics. Here, the male is acting as a midwife. It means whenever the female lay the egg, all those eggs are going to be taken inside the body of male, and the male will keep all those eggs in his body till the eggs are going to hatch out. And after, once the eggs are hatched out, young ones are comes, and then the young ones are going to be delivered by the male. So that are the characteristics this particular animal is have. One more example is Exocoetus. It is even commonly called as flying fish. It can able to fly. Then we'll understand some of the freshwater fishes. One such example is labio. Even it is commonly called as an ruhu. One more is Katla and Mrigala, Clarius. These are the some freshwater Osteichthyes fishes. Then there are the certain aquarium fishes are also belonging into this. Aquarium fishes is beta. Even it is called as a fighting fish. Remember that flying fish is different, fighting fish is different. And one more example is Pterophyllum. Even it is called as an angelfish. All these are the examples for Osteichthyes fishes. I hope this video has become useful for you all, students. You are able to understand the characteristics of class Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. Even you can able to understand this well in the form of difference between the Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. Most of the time they will ask the question to write the difference between the Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes fish. This will help you a lot, and even this video is helpful for remembering the characteristics of both the classes. Please share, comment and subscribe my channel. Thank you once again.